2024 marks Hornby's 70th anniversary in Margate. We are celebrating the 70th anniversary with the reproduction of key models that were produced in Margate over the decades. This includes Polly, Nellie, Connie, as well as 25550. We also have a BR Ginty locomotive and a special Rovex scale models livery, with a 7-plank Rovex wagon to match. To top off the 70th anniversary collection, we are also offering 2 new limited edition buildings, one modelled after the Hornby office building and another after Hornby's factory. We were also delighted to unveil a new Margate themed layout at Margate Station to press and invited guests on the 19th of July. Head of Brand Martin was on hand to explain more.
So Hornby actually dates back a lot further than this. In actual fact, can be traced back in theory to 1901 when Frank Hornby, who was our founder, actually patented a educational toy, which then became the Meccano brand and toy as we know it today. And the success of that then led him on to newer things, which were clockwork tin plate trains. So by around about 1920, Hornby's first trains were actually produced. And so here we are 104 years later and we're still going. The Margate connection comes a little bit later, when in 1953, the Lines brothers, who owned it at the time, produced a state-of-the-art factory and product development centre at Westwood, the site where we're on now, and then that's where it all began. So over the years, there's been hundreds of thousands of train sets and Scalextric sets produced at that particular site, and that's when we first came to Margate. And in the time at Margate, Hornby has become a key part of the community in providing tens of thousands of jobs for local people in and around the surrounding areas and supporting local businesses. And in more recent years, with the opening of our visitor centre and now Wonderworks on the Margate site, we've actually contributed to bringing people into the county from a tourism perspective, alongside the likes of the galleries, the lovely pub restaurants we find in now, and of course Dreamland, and all the other great attractions that there are in the area. But it's a two-way thing. Hornby couldn't be what it is today if it wasn't for the support of the community. There's probably nowhere better in the world to have a model railway layout than in a station. And the footfall that is going to come through this station, obviously with the summer months now and the sun is now shining, it's here at last, I hope it's going to stay. There are going to be tens of thousands of holiday makers coming through here. So that's people of all ages, so there'll be kids appreciating this right up to adults. Now on the layout, there are actually a lot of detail, and I do recommend you have a close-up. We've got a series of things in there, so it's anything from the architecture of this amazing station building. We've got the beach, obviously very important. We've got bathers, we've got people having suntan lotion applied to them, we've got people having ice creams. We have our amazing Hornby building as well. We have the coach from Only Fools and Horses Jolly Boys, and then we have a series of trains on here which replicate the railways of the area over that period of time. And then on to Dreamland. So we have the amazing stage, we have the Dreamland letters. We also have the Scenic Railway, which of course is Britain's oldest roller coaster, dating back to around about 1920, I believe. And then finally, we have the crowd. At the moment, there is plenty of room in that crowd for more members to be added to it. And that's where the bit gets really exciting and others can get involved, where we have the opportunity where you can be scanned, which takes a matter of seconds. I've done it this morning and I'm still alive and I'm not radioactive or anything, so it works. And then in a matter of weeks, we can actually produce a printout, coloured model of yourself at 1/76 scale, so it'd be perfectly fitting with this. But we'll produce 2 of those, so you'll get one for yourself to take home and show people. But more importantly, and really excitingly, you can be part of the crowd. And we're going to be inviting the public to also be taking part in this at some later events held at our Wonderworks site up the road.